This is Backstage with the Queensland Choir. I'm your host, James Haywood. This is the show that introduces you to our members, and we have a very special episode for you today because we are going to get to know our new musical director, Robert Stewart. Thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, James. It's a pleasure.
Now, when you first became our director, I remember being quite excited, not only because of your experience with choral music, but also because you are a Canadian.
Aha!
So I would like to explore your early life in Canada, if I may. So can you tell me what was your childhood like? What was it like growing up in St. John's?
I grew up on the east coast of Canada, so right on the Atlantic Ocean. St. John is a port city, a bit of an industrial city. So there's the Irving oil family is big there. So oil refineries and paper mills and that sort of stuff. And I always remember music in the house. My parents listened to two types of music, country and Western. And so there was always something going on in the house like that and music playing. So yeah, I think I had a house full of music, although none of my relatives were professionals. So it was all amateur music making.
Right. So I don't see any country boots on there, though. So if
I've adapted to Australia now, so R.M. Williams, no problem.
So how did you move from, I guess if it was country music that you were surrounded up, or you heard as a kid,
Yes.
Where did classical music come into the mix?
Well, I was very fortunate. I started singing probably, I think I made my debut at 4 for our local outing society, it was called. And I was very fortunate. My year 1 teacher, April Mills, she was an amateur singer. She sang in a well-known group in our area called the Friends of Music. And she had actually had her piano in our classroom. And she told me that when she would play music, she would notice that I would move to the rhythm of the music, and I would actually conduct.
Right.
So I do remember some of my earliest memories is listening to, I think it was something on the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and running to the kitchen and getting a wooden spoon and using that as my baton. So I started, she decided to check me out, see if I could sing. And from there, two things happened. So the first was she also had a talent program on our local Canadian Broadcasting Corporation station called Stardate. And so I made my debut there, announcing, welcome to Stardate, and then after that, performing quite regularly on the show.
So was that a radio broadcast though, or
It was
that
television.
Live? Oh wow,
it was a television
fantastic.
show. Yeah, and then the other great thing was that her friend was a man by the name of Walter Ball, and Walter Ball conducted a boys' choir that was sponsored by our local Rotary Club. It was sort of founded, I think, in the 60s when the Vienna Choir Boys came to town, and some of the Rotarians thought, well, we could start something like that. So sadly, I think they don't exist anymore. They were around for about 50 years or so, and then it kind of just folded. But I remember he came to class in those days, I think, when you could do that without a blue card. And he said, can you sing? And I was a bit indignant and said, well, of course I can sing. And he said, well, come along to our rehearsal. We have rehearse on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. And if you come on Thursday, there's chocolate milk. Because Baxter Dairies was one of our sponsors.
Right.
Yeah, so I joked that I probably got involved in music because of chocolate milk, actually, more than anything else.